What is it, guys? Welcome out to the GPL Season 3 Draft Analysis slash Breakdown. If you've been on the channel for a few months, I suppose, and that was the last time we did GPL Season 2. I was in that, and we did okay. We didn't do great. We didn't make playoffs. I believe our score was like 3 and 4 or something, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was like 3 something, okay? Actually, I'm looking at it right now. I think we were 2 and 4. At least that's what it says. Maybe they didn't update it. I don't know. We're 2 to 4 or 3 to 4. Last season, we didn't do that great. Our team wasn't as my style as what I was expecting, and it was my my second ever Galarian Dex Draft League. But we're back for season 3, having a bit of fun. This time they're like all sorts of different divisions. Well, there's 2 divisions, and then those divisions are separated into like the thing. We're in the Hoenn division, so I'm actually in the Groudon place though. I don't know how that works, but I mainly battle people from my division, I'm pretty sure. But let's get in the draft. Each division had a separate draft, so each division had different Pokemon. Like one division could draft someone in one division could draft Aegislash, and the other person and a different person from a different division could draft Aegislash, and it would be completely fine. So, yeah. That's how that works. So if we meet someone in the playoffs that has the same Pokemon that we also drafted, that's because, yeah, okay. So our first round draft, I was the first overall draft pick in my division, in the Hoenn division. So therefore, I got the first pick, and then it came all the way down. Then it went all the way back up, and then I picked twice, and then it came all the way down, etc. So every time that I picked, other than the first pick, was a wheel pick. So I drafted the 2 Pokemon back to back. But I'm not gonna undo the sprites together because I want to go over that Pokemon by itself. So starting off the draft, I had 2 Pokemon hit. I had Melmetal, and I had the pick that I got, which was Darmanitan in Galarian form. When I first picked it, when I first had it on the plan, I thought it was, Gorilla Tactics. Turns out it ain't, but it's fine, because Zen mode is still, available. It's still good, okay? It ain't crazy, like what Gorilla Tactics would be, but it's still, still Galarian Darmanitan, still gets the coverage moves that it doesn't get, still can run a Choice Scarf, a Choice Band, etc. Has some good coverage moves like Earthquake and Flare Blitz, and obviously the Stab with Icicle Crash. Also gets Lash Out 2 times power if the user had a stat lowered this turn. What is this? I don't know. Obviously it's U-turn, Stone Edge, Rock Slide, Superpower, Zen Headbutt, Yawn. I don't know why I said Yawn, but, does it get the power? No, it doesn't. Okay, I thought I had Eye Shot. Okay, yeah, so it's a fairly good Pokemon, with some good coverage moves, and fairly fast in the 95 base speed, which in this generation is a fairly good speed tier. I believe just below Mimikyu, if not Scarf Darmanitan, so it's a pretty good speed tier, okay? It's a pretty good speed tier. Zen mode, obviously, having after we get under half HP. I believe that's when we turn into the actual Zen mode thing, right? Pretty sure. Okay. So, yeah, also get some moves like Facade and stuff in case I get Will-O-Wisp or something. So, the next Pokemon on the team, this is in the wrong order on my Pokemon Showdown. The next Pokemon that we drafted, remember we put this Pokemon together with the other Pokemon, so some of these Pokemon, if they are mixed up and they're not in the right order, it's because one of them must have picked actually first, even though I picked them on the same turn. I don't know. Next pick, G-Max Gengar. This cost me, because in this draft thing this time, not like last season where you just draft a G-Max and that's your G-Max. When you draft a G-Max, it actually costs you points, or it pluses you points, like it would normally in Gen 7 with Megas. You get a plus 40, you get a negative 40, you get a middle, you get a 0.1, you get a plus 20, a negative 20, etc. G-Max Gengar is a negative 40 draft pick, so already negative our points. But I thought it was such a power pick, okay? Again, with some good speed tiers at 110, and with the 130 special attack stat. We cannot run an item on any G-Max Pokemon, though, so we either just don't run an item, or we run a Pokeball. I'm pretty sure you do a Pokeball, right, though? Is that right? Do we run a Pokeball, or do we run a no item? Because a Pokeball would actually allow Knockoff to do a ton of damage to all the G-Max Pokemon, but running no item would just do a lot of damage to a regular G-Max Pokemon. So I'm not sure about that. I'll probably ask any admin, or if I haven't already, and please comment below. Because the Pokeball versus no item thing could be a different thing of Knockoff uses. But get some good coverage moves like Dazzling Gleam, Energy Ball, and Focus Blast. Yeet. Also, obviously, got the good stab with Shadow Ball and Sludge Wave. Also gets Thunderbolt, Will-O-Wisp, Icy Wind. Alright, then. So, it has some good coverage moves, a good speed tier, great special attack stat, and we already started off with a good physical attacker and a great special attacker. So, this is already epic. Also, something about Darmanitan, it has a place 140 physical attack stat, so that means ham. So the next pick that we drafted alongside G-Max Gengar was Rotom Wash. I drafted it in the ADL, so if you've been here for a while on my channel, you would know that already. We did very good in the ADL, so I'm expecting the Rotom to come through clutch. Once again, I've drafted Rotom multiple times in Draft League, and I know how to use it. And if you've seen my channel before and you're not a newbie, then you would know that. But if you are, then maybe want to check out my other videos, I don't know. But gets the momentum used, obviously. Volt Switch. Gets Hydro Pump Default to get rid of those statics. Those hazards. There we go. Poltergeist. Totally forgot that was a move. But, fails if the target has no item. But, that would only happen if, you know, the Gengar or whatever G-Max Pokemon I'm facing actually has no item, which I don't know yet because I don't know if it has to run a Pokeball or an actual no item. But that's to set up Nasty Plug. Gets the screens, Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Will-O-Wisp, Trick, Toxic, good, gets Sucker Punch, ooh. Substitute Stored Power, Nasty Plug Stored Power could be some nice tick. Also gets things like Electro Web and a Disarming Voice. Feel like it's a good bulky Pokemon, with fairly, not amazing speed, but fairly good speed, to run like a Specs or a Choice Scarf or even a Life, or maybe Light Clay for the screens as well. The next pick, well the next two picks, but we'll do the first one first. The first one that I write down first was Arcanine. The Fire Boy is here. In previous, you know, draft league experience that I've had, I found it very good using Incineroar, and this is another Intimidate Pokemon that is a Fire type, base 95 speed tier, same speed tier as Galarian Darmanitan. So I'm expecting if I face, you know, some teams, that might be the speed tier that they try to go for, if they can't outspeed G-Max Gengar, but they want to just outspeed these two Pokemon with the base 95. Gets Flare Off in this generation now. It also gets Iron Head and Flare Blitz and normal moves like that. E-Speed full priority. Also gets Psychic Fangs and Scorching Sands, which is a 70 power ground type attack that has a 30% chance to burn, which is pretty epic. Also gets Teleport, which is a really good move in this generation now. You know, being able to get that momentum with Arcanine that it didn't have before. It didn't get U-turn before. It didn't get Volt Switch before. So, can now teleport out and consistently, you know, teleport, switch out, then come back later on, get the Intimidate off, back off. Also get Toxic and Will-O-Wisp. Also Wild Charge with a good coverage. Obviously it gets Close Combat and Crunch as well. As we talked about before, it gets Intimidate, but it also gets Flash Fire, which is a really good, means that it gets immunity to fire type attacks when I do bring that. Justified also, if I want to switch in against a knockoff, get that +1 attack boost, which would be really nice against a physical attacker like this. So, the Pokemon that I picked next to Arcanine was, I was looking at Fairy types and I was looking at Dragon types, okay? Because right now, you know, I don't have a core. I kinda started one, you know, I got Rotom and Arcanine, but I don't have the Fairy Dragon Steel. So, which is a main big core in Draft League. So I picked up Togekiss. During this entire draft, I was watching another streamer, called Professor Elm. Yeah. Which is a Pokemon Professor in real life cartoon stuff, so, in the anime. So, yeah. He also drafted Togekiss, but that's not the reason why I drafted it. I was aiming for, I believe, what was I aiming for? I think I was aiming for Sylveon again, because I drafted Sylveon last season of the GPL. And it did okay, actually. It had some kills. Had some good kills, you know. But Togekiss giving me another, does it get defog? Yeah, it gets defog. Another defog alongside Rotom Wash. Also gets normal moves like Dazzling Gleam, Air Slash, Nasty Plot, Psych Shock, and Psychic. Shadow Ball with the recovery in Roost. Also gets Soft Boy, but I think Roost is better, right? I don't know. Soft Boy could actually be pretty nice if I face a Pokemon that I don't want my flying typing to be gone. Could be very nice. I don't know. Gets Thunder Wave, gets Tailwind, gets Wish, gets Yawn. Which are very good moves right there. I think it's a fairly good Pokemon. Fairly good bulky Pokemon like Rotom. And it could work out on this season. I've never used Togekiss before, and I've always wanted to, but I've always ran into, like, wanting to do something, you know, not better, but do something else instead to work on the team. But this time I feel Togekiss could work, alright? So, the next draft that we did alongside each other was Haxorus. That shiny Haxorus is looking fire. Gets the abilities Rivalry, Mold Breaker, and Unnerve. I forgot to talk about the abilities to Togekiss. That's Super Luck, Hustle, and Serena Grace. Haxorus getting Mold Breaker, Rivalry, and Unnerve. Now, in this generation, getting Close Combat, which is crazy. Dragon Claw, Dragon Dance, Earthquake, First Impression also this generation. Iron Tail, Poison Jab. Having 2 moves to hit those fairy types, those fairy type Pokemon. Also getting Low Kick for those fat ass Pokemon. Swords Dance to sweep without, you know, having to do the Dragon Dance, just a straight up, you know, if I know that my Pokemon can outspeed their entirety of their team, already killed their fastest Pokemon, then Haxorus can sweep some things to Swords Dance. We're on that mid speed tier again, like we are with Darm and Arcanine. Darm and Arcanine are both 95, and Haxorus is 97. So again, Haxorus. Right now, I think our team has some very good coverage stuff that can hit a lot of Pokemon. You'll see that during the next pick as well. Some good coverage in our entire Pokemons. Pokemons. So, you know, getting Crunch as well. Getting the Facade for like a burn or a Toxic that they give to us. Substitute. Fairly fast Pokemon that can get Substitute. Axes, Breaking Swipe, which is a 60 power attack, but 100% lowers the foe's attack stat. So yeah, it's a good Pokemon. It's a good Pokemon. Base 147 attack. Base 97 speed, which will buy that, and a 76 in HP. What do we want to talk about that? I don't know. Normally run, I believe, the Life Orb, a Choice Band, and Assault Vest, maybe? I don't know. Life Orb, Rocky Helmet. Interesting stuff that Haxorus can do. But the next draft pick that we have is Caparoja. I have never used Caparoja before, but as I said, good coverage moves. Gets Heat Crash, Power Whip, Earthquake, Body Press, Heavy Slam, where do you see Power Whip? Play Rough, Stealth Rocks, it's Whirlwind, Zen Headbutt, Steamroller, jeez. Fails if there's no active. Okay, then. Gets Steel Beam, gets Rock Slide, gets Outrange, High Horsepower. It gets a lot of coverage moves with the ability Sheer Force and Heavy Metal. Heavy Metal, obviously, boosting your weight or doubling your weight. That means heavy slam is doing more damage, and sheer force giving those moves like heat crash and stuff. Does heat crash? No, heat crash is the more heavier one. What is the sheer force like? Flare off. Because that gets boosted by it. Stone Edge. Rock Slide. Not a ton, but some. Alright. Items, gets leftovers, gets life orb. I need to learn more about these Pokemon before I start going ham on him on the video. So yeah. It's a steel type Pokemon. We finished with our steel dragon very steel core. With Togekiss, Haxorus, and Cabrojah. I think it's a fairly good Fairy Dragon Steel Core that can have out the team. Alright. I think it's pretty good. And currently, I think the team like suits my playstyle. We got the bulky Pokemon like Rotom, Arcanine, and Togekiss. Even Cabrojah's bulky. It's got like, is it bulky? It's got a base 122 HP, so I feel like it's kind of bulky. It's kind of bulky, right? So I think this team, because my normal playstyle is like offensive bulky, bulky offense. And we got the offense, we got the Dorm, the Gengar, the Haxorus. Now we got the more bulkier Pokemon. Okay, Cabrojah can kind of play both, I suppose. So yeah, I think this suits my playstyle. Okay, our next pick is a Selgor. Now, a Selgor. Choice Scar Final Gambit. Dead. One Pokemon dead. Also, Focus Sash Sticky Web. Boom. Got the Sticky Web up. But something like Dormana, Tantaron, Choice Band, and Sweep. Great. Gets Bug Buzz. Gets Leech Life. Gets Knockoff. Don't know why I said Leech Life. Gets Spike and Sticky Webs, right? It gets Sticky Webs, correct? No. I repeat, it does not get Sticky Webs. I repeat, it does not get Sticky Webs. What did I talk about Dormana Sticky Webs for? Okay, well, it gets Spikes, it gets Talking Spikes, it gets a U-turn. It's good, fast Pokemon. And I think I wanted to get a Pokemon that just went ham with speed. And there's not a lot of Pokemon that can outspeed a Selgor. There's only Ninjask. Okay, only Ninjask, and I'm pretty sure Ninjask didn't get drafted. So people are going to have to run Scarf to outspeed a Selgor, and even if they do, I can run a Scarf. And then nobody's outspeeding me, unless it's a Dragapult at +2 speed, or +1 speed with Dragonance, or something like that. A fast Pokemon that's at +1, which probably isn't even outspeeding a Scarf version of me. But you get what I mean, if I'm not Scarfed, and they're like, +1, whatever, or they're Scarfed, then they outspeed me. But if I'm a Scarf, they're not outspeeding me. Okay, it gets some good coverage moves as well. Focus Splash, Energy Ball. I say Knock 4, gets Sludge Bomb as well. Water Shuriken for a good priority move. Got that Attract, we're going to be attracting those female gender Pokemon. And back-to-back with a Selgor was a Ditto. I was thinking about this pick even before the draft even began, because I was like, there is not a rule in this league that says that I can't transform into your G-Max Pokemon. There is no rule. I've looked. No rule that says if you G-Max, okay, if I see my opponent G-Max, there's no rule saying that I can't switch out to my Dino and also G-Max. That's ham. And then have their moves. That's bloody ham. Have their bulkiness, right? I just don't steal their HP stat. I just steal their bulkiness, though. Is that how it works? I don't know. But have their G-Max Pokemon, then I basically have 2 G-Max Pokemon on my entire team. And then also, if they don't even bring in their G-Max or something like that, or if their G-Max is already dead, Ditto is still a great Pokemon to transform into those good tier 1s, into those good tier 3s, into those good tier 4s. And, try to either reverse sweep ya, or run that Scarf and outspeed your bloody Pokemon, and it go ham. Ditto is a good tier 4 pick, in my personal opinion. Especially since I can transform into your Gigantic and its Pokemon. So, yeah, that goes ham. Next pick in the draft that I got was Tangela. Okay, Tangela. I picked it up because I needed a Grass-type Pokemon, And I know that it's a bulkier than Tangrowth, correct? Maybe. I don't know. But it's a bulky Pokemon. I don't have to bring Assault Vest on it to be at the same, to be at good special defense. So I can run like Sleep Powder and stuff like that and Poison Powder. Gets Knockoff, gets Giga Drain, gets Leech Seed, gets Morning Sun. Don't know if it has better recovery than that, but it gets Toxic Synthesis. That's for the better recovery. It's Stun Spore, gets Substitute. Just get Poison Powder. If it doesn't, that's fine, because it gets Toxic. It doesn't get Poison Powder, but Toxic is pretty better. So, good Pokemon, good bulky tier 4? Yeah, good bulky tier 4 Pokemon. You know, this was just trying to edge out my point system because I drafted like 2. Yeah, right. I drafted 2 tier 2s. No, I drafted Haxorus, and that, since I already had a tier 2 in Tokus, it like made my points really weird. And also because Gengar was a -40 GMX Pokemon, made my points very weird. So, I mean, got the grass type, got the fire, water, grass type core now with Rotom, Arcanine, Tangela. I think that's a fairly bulky core. You know, nice. Okay, gets Regenerator, which is the main ability, obviously. Eviolite, bringing those stats up, or those bulky stats up. And Tangela ain't a Pokemon to slap on, so it's nice. This last pick, I think some people are gonna be like, "Why did you pick this?" Maybe in Power Ranks and stuff like that. But I think as a tier 5 Pokemon, I was looking on the tier 5 slot because that was the only tier that I didn't have left in my last pick. I put this back to back with Tangela, and there wasn't a lot in tier 5 that I liked that didn't already put a typing in that I already had, which I didn't want to, you know, cross typings over, you know. So I drafted Graplocked. Is that how you say it? I don't know. It has the abilities Limber and Technician. Pretty sure Technician is better though, because it can Circle Throw. Okay, well it has some really good coverage moves like Ice Punch, Liquidation. Gets Pain Split, gets Stomping Tantrum, gets Waterfall, gets Taunt, gets Close Combat, gets Circle Throw, gets Facade. You know, gets Mud Shot. But the main reason that I think this Pokemon could be slept on is, well, the main reason why I think that it shouldn't be slept on is because its attack stat is base 118, which is better than Victini's. Okay, I can tell you that. This base stat is better than Victini's. Now, you might want to sleep on it because of its 42 speed stat, you know. But, I'm not saying that we're never going to trade this Pokemon away. I'm just saying that people are going to sleep on it. And they don't realize that my base 18 physical attack stat with a choice band, how much is that? Tyler's doing the calcs right now, though. 31. You got the Adamant Nature. Okay. 368 times 1.5 is 552. 552 attack stack with a max attack, Adamant Nature, Choice Band, Graplocked. 500, and I already said it before, but I totally forgot it. 552 attack stat with Graplock, hitting those Choice Banded Circle Throws, Choice Banded Liquidations, Choice Banded Ice Punches, Choice Banded Close Combats. Graplock could go ham. Graplock could go ham. You know, I'm not saying it's going to be the kill leader of the season. I'm just saying that it could be slept on, and it could be kind of good. Alright, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the draft. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. It's the best way to support me. If you aren't already subscribed, though, you know, that's also a great way to support me. Also, the coaches that I do know of recording, I will link their channels down below. I believe right now it is Professor Elm's live streaming it, so I'll put his Twitch down below. Burger's recording, I believe. Burger recording? Was Burger's live streaming? I don't know. I'll link his Twitch and his YouTube down below. Burger. Rabambe Teacher's recording. Who else is recording? Who else is recording? I don't know. If I can find anyone else, then I will link them below, okay? So, hopefully you guys enjoyed my draft. I think it's a fairly good team. Out of 10, I would maybe rate it, like, for me, an 8 or a 7. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and peace out, guys.